Hi.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay.
Cool. Well, welcome. Does anybody need like anything? I'm just kind of here. I'm helping another student right now, but if you guys have any other questions about any lecture material that's been covered, that's definitely I could definitely help with that. So, anything? Has anyone looked at the labs that are coming up that are due?
Yeah. I think it's possible if we can take another look at fractions, or particularly Lab 2C.
Okay, sure. Let me pull it up real quick. So write an app that obtains two integers from the user, show the user the result of a division as a decimal, and show the user as a result of as a mixed number. Okay, yeah, so we're basically trying to recreate that like that little snippet that's come out, right? Okay. Let me pull up my Visual Studio real quick. Oh god, my computer's taking off. And if there's like any background noise or anything like that, let me know, and I can put on some earphones so that way I can use that mic instead of my laptop's mic. Okay. Okay, cool. Can you all see my screen all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me just make this, and I'll call it. What was this? Lab 2C. My cursor go. I think my computer's frozen. Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay. 1 second. Sorry. Go over here. Gonna add new item. Source. Okay, cool. All right. Let me get the regular stuff going. Okay. Oh, gotta get that. Cause going and the return 0. Okay. So the modulus operator, right? An app that obtains two integers from the user. Okay, so we're going to show the user the result of a division as a decimal. So it sounds like we're going to be, or actually it doesn't say anything about user input, but so let's start off by hard coding, just like two integers. Oh wait, from the user. Okay, so let's say we have int. I'm going to call it num1 and num2. So this can be anything, right? It can be whatever we want it to be. So I'm going to start off by saying num1 is equal to, I don't know, any numbers? Anyone have a favorite number?
8. 8 seems like a solid number.
8? All right. And then num2, how about, let's make it, just for simplicity's sake, let's make it 16 for now. Okay. So we want to show the user the result as of division as a decimal. Okay. So, all right, so let's go ahead and do that. So how do we divide the two numbers? Well, it's literally as easy as just doing num1 divided by num2, right? However, if we just write it like this, the user won't be able to see it because all it's doing is just dividing. We haven't told the computer to actually output anything. So what we have to do is kind of just write a cout, and we can have something along these lines. So let's see what we get. We get 0, and this is a pretty common thing to run into. You have any idea why we ended up getting 0?
Because we're using integers.
Right. So you do integer
Double.
division and it cuts it off, right? Because the row number is 0.5. Oh, sorry, stop that. Oh my god. Here, close this. Okay, so the two ways we can solve that is, cast one of these to a double. So the way we can do that is just multiplying by a double. So I can just do 1.0 times this. And I'm really picky with my orders of operations. So I like to write it in parentheses a lot. I think it makes it a little bit easier to read. Unless there's a lot of them, then it gets really complicated, right? But yeah. So there we go. We fixed our number. So we got our output. So we get our 0.5 out, right? But how does the user know what numbers we're dividing, right? We're just doing 8 divided by 16. So we can just straight up tell them. What we can do is we can output num1. We can say num1, right? So now when we read this line, it's just outputting number 1. And in this case, number 1 is 8. It'll say 8, and then it'll output the number right here. So it's going to look a little weird, right? So how about we put, we're trying to say we divided 8 by 6, right? So to write the division sign, we can literally just enter it as a string, just inside right here. So we have the num1 divided by, and then it'll have our answer right here. So let's go ahead and put in our 16. So we can do our num2. And there you go. So we kind of built it. So the way this will read is our output. Here, let me do it under. Our output will look like num1, which in this case is 8, divided by, because that's right here in the next one, and then num2, which will be your 16. And then the next thing it outputs is the number. So it's going to look something like this. Actually, there won't be a space. It'll look more like that. So now we just got to put the equals. And it's the same idea that, or the exact same idea as we that we used as we did with this backslash. We'll literally just type in an equal. Now that changes it to this. So let's check to see if it works. And there we go. We got our 8 over 16 is equal to 0.5. I think that looks a little weird, so I'm just going to put some space over here by the equal sign, and then I'm just going to rerun it. Cool. So yeah, that's the first part.
Yeah, I think more of my problem was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think more of my problem was showing it as a mixed number.
Okay, cool. So I see. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that next. Let me close this real quick. Okay. So let's go to the example that's on Canvas real quick. So we have the fraction 27 over 4 is equal to 6 3/4, right? If we put this into a calculator, we do our 27 divided by 4 equals 27 divided by 4. Sorry, my computer's being really slow. Cool, so we get this 6.75, right? So we notice that the whole number is 6, right? So we could actually utilize integer division here. So remember, or let's plug these numbers in. Instead of num1, let's do 27, and let's do R4. So if we just did our integer division, we can actually just get a 6 out. See how we got that 6? Let me zoom in right there. Yeah, so we got our 6. So now the next logical step is how do we get the 3/4, right? Well, where did that window go? Well, if we look here, we have 6.75. So when we did our division, we basically had 0.75 left over. Or in other words, we had 0.75 remaining. So that should kind of give you an idea of what we need to use. It's an operator that gives you something called the remainder, and it's actually kind of the title of the lab. We're going to use the modulus operator. So let's see if we do what happens when we do 27 mod 4. Let's see. See out. 27 mod 4. It gave us 3. And that 3 should look familiar because that 3 is actually in the numerator of our mixed fraction. So if you can get the remainder and you get the whole number, now you just gotta piece it all together. So, sorry, lost my Visual Studio for a second. So how can we do that? Well, we're trying to see out our whole number, right? Oh, here, actually, we can just do it on this line. This part right here, I'm just going to comment out what it actually does. It'll output a 6. If we insert some stuff over here, let's do the 3/4. We're going to want to get 3, right? And we just saw earlier that if we did this, the 20... Oh, I'm sorry. This will output the 3. And this will output 6, right? Right, because if you divide the 27 over 4, you get the 6, and then you do the 27 mod 4, you get the 3. So we want to get our 6, and we're trying to create our fraction now. So the next thing we can do is, well, I'm going to put a space, just so it'll look a little bit better. So the next thing we're going to want to do is put our 3. So we're going to get our 27 mod 4. Okay. And whenever we're just dealing with these mixed fractions, you notice that our denominator of our original fraction is going to be the denominator in your mixed fraction. That's usually, or I think always will be the case. I don't think that I've ever seen it not the case. So for now, I'm just going to hard code it, and I'll just put over 4. There we go. All right, now let's see what happens when we run it. We see, okay, let me comment this out. Oh, here to read. We see we get our mixed fraction here, our 6 3/4. So this is how you do it for these specific sets numbers. Now you just basically need to generalize it so that way you can input any numbers. But yeah, I think I'll leave you with that and have you toy with that a little bit. If you still can't figure it out, we can work on it again and see if we can generalize it. Is that cool?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, cool. Did that make sense? Are there any questions or anything like that?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else that anybody wants to cover? No. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I'll be here if you guys want to work on your labs, and if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to let me know. I'll be here. Hey, so just checking in. Everybody still okay? Do you guys need anything?
For lab 1D or 2D, I already asked you about it, but I still don't understand if without an if statement, do we just assume that the user will only put in input 10, 15, and 20?
Yeah, I really think you need an if statement for that problem. Actually, let's take a look at the modules real quick. Let's see when you guys are supposed to learn that. Obtaining strings from users. It doesn't look like if statements are on the table anytime soon.
So do I just assume the user will only put in those three options, even though they could give different options?
Yeah, you should assume those are the only options that they can get.
Okay.
That they can give. But your question is to whether or not you should output all three of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you assume that they can only give 10, 15, or 20. And the prompt tell how much the temp would give a percentage. Okay, yeah, so you could. Yeah, so yeah, you can definitely make it so that it only outputs one. You don't have to output all three. Only output the one that was given for them.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to output only one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing around with it right now.
Okay, yeah. And if you get stuck, then let me know, and yeah, we can do it together.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Excuse me. Can you
Yeah,
hear
what's up?
me?
Yes,
I
yes.
have a question. So I just want to make sure if I'm doing it right. So when it comes to turning in the assignment from the lab, um,
Mhm.
when you do the coding and stuff, so let's just say, for example, if I'm using the Xcode and I'm doing the coding, and
Okay.
do I save it in the file and then turn it in like that? Or because my question is, on the teacher's end, when they receive the assignment, will it pop up like the code, or will pop up like when I run it? That's one a question that I'm kind of like concerned about.
Yeah. So to my understanding, the way it works is for most of them, unless stated otherwise, you're gonna want to be turning in your source code. So once you save the actual, like once you write your code, right, and you save it to your computer, you should be able to go to your files and find a specific file that's called like your source.cpp or
Right.
whatever. And then that would be what you turn in. So from my understanding on how it shows up on the instructor's end, it just shows up as a file. They click it and it just opens up in Visual Studios.
Okay. So it doesn't show when I run it, just the code?
Yeah, it just shows the code.
Oh, okay, because that was my confusion, because I turned in like one of the assignment I turned in, and I couldn't even reopen it for some reason. It wouldn't let me, but I mean, I turned it in. So I
Right.
was like, I don't know if I did it right, or will it just pop
Yeah.
up the code. That was, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of the weird thing. If you turn in the source and you try down like opening up that source, you actually
Uh-huh.
can't run that. For some reason, it gives you an error in Visual Studio at least. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so I think what you have to do is you have to copy all that code from the source and put it into another project and then run that project instead. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it sounds like you did it right.
Okay. Yeah, because I was concerned about it. I even sent a message to the professor, but um, maybe he's busy at the moment, but that was one of my concern.
Yeah, that's definitely more of a a Jones question, just because he can actually see what people turn in. I
Right.
can't see any of that stuff, but
Okay.
from what it sounds like you turn in a source code. It sounds like you'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. And just how's everybody else doing? Anybody else have anything they want to cover real quick?
Can I check my code with you on your Zoom?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You want to start share screen?
Well, do you want me to share on this Zoom meeting or
Yeah, you can do it in here.
okay?
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we got the server's name, the cost percentage. Then you did the math right there. You have your outputs. Server's name is this. Tip percent is this. Cool. And then what if you did something else? Like what if you did 20? Will it output nicely? Perfect. Yeah, I think that looks good.
Okay.
Well, let's try 15% as well. Let's just try that since that's our last option, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. The output looks good.
Okay.
Let me double check. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it looks like you got that one good. Nice.
All right.
Yeah, did you have any other questions?
Nah, that was the last. That was the last homework I needed to do.
Perfect. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. David, how are you doing? Or David Weaver. Sorry, I just realized there are two Davids in here.
will there be any lecture today, or was just like study room?
I think it's just going to be kind of like a study hall today. I don't think there will be any lecture.
All right. I think I'm done then. All right.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
I think I'm good for now, but thank you anyways. Bye.
Yeah. See ya. Hey, just checking in again. Are you guys okay? You guys need anything? Cool. Well, all right. If you guys need anything, don't be afraid to reach out. Hey, just checking in. Everybody still okay? All right. Well, just let me know if you guys need anything. Hey, David, Daniel, you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I just had a quick question. I'm
Sure,
trying to
what's
do
up?
the mixed number equation, and I'm having trouble getting the actual mixed number.
Okay,
If that
let's see
makes
what
any
you got. You want
sense.
to screen share?
Yeah, give me a sec. How do I do this? Oh yeah. Here, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think it's this one. Do you see what I have?
Yeah. Can I get you to zoom in a little bit? It's kind of hard to read.
How do I zoom in?
If you hold Control and like you have like a mouse.
Control
Like if
mouse.
you,
Oh yeah, there you go.
there you go.
How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Cool. So yeah,
Okay.
because I know this first one up here gives you the decimal, the 6. Like say you enter like the numbers and it gives you the decimal point or whatever.
Cool.
But on this second one, I'm trying to figure out how to get the actual mixed number. If that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So the way it's set up right now, you're letting the user enter a numerator and a denominator. So 2 numbers to divide by, right?
Yeah.
So in our case, it was or in the case of the lab, it was like 27/4, right?
Yeah, 27/4.
So the way I think this is probably the best way to do it. If you just do integer division, right, you'll cut off all the decimal places. I just hit myself in my face with my sweater. Yeah, you'll just get integer division, right? It'll concatenate at the or it'll basically just drop off all the decimals.
Yeah.
So in the example of 27/4, you get 6.75 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
27/4. Yeah, 6.75. So if you just did integer division, you would just get 6. So that's going to be the whole number in part of your mixed number.
So by integer division, you just mean like first integer divided by second integer, right?
Right, right.
Okay, cool.
So that'll give you your first number.
Yeah.
I need to pull up this one again. This one is, what was it, 2C?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2C.
I'm back on it, and I'm also having the same problem as trying to get the. I got the decimal, but
Cool.
the fraction is only working. I think I have it set up wrong, but the fraction's only working under circumstances where the numerator is greater than the denominator. If I have a numerator less than my denominator, it comes out to like 0 over, like if I do like 1/4, it'll come out to like 0/4. If I do 27/4, I get my 6 3/4.
Yeah, because well, if your numerator is less than your denominator, then then you can't write that as a mixed number anymore. That's going to be like 0 point something.
Yeah, true. But if I were, then I guess it'd be something different if I did like 4/8. Because if I put in 4/8 and it still comes out to some wacky, I don't know. I guess I was expecting to simplify.
Yeah, I think you should just assume the numerator is going to be greater than the denominator, because if you did 4/8, that should come out to like 0 and 4/8, which is 0 and 1/2, right? Which is 0.5.
Yeah.
Right. So I would just assume that the numerator is going to be greater than the denominator, because if you don't, then you're going to get something that looks like 0 and like 1/2 right next to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I can. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna copy the line that I used for my fraction, and I'll put it in. I guess I'll throw it in chat.
Okay.
But this is what I used for the fraction.
Your fraction, num1 over num2, and then you got the numerator by doing the modulus, then divided by the modulus. Oh, I see. Okay, so the way you have it set up right there, it looks good all the way up until the second modulus, because you don't actually need a modulus there. You just need the denominator of your fraction. Because if we look at the example on Canvas, it says 27/4 is equal to 6 3/4.
Oh, I could just pull num2 in there, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
you should be able to just do that.
Then that's probably where I was getting my errors at.
Okay.
Let me see.
Sorry, Daniel. Let's take a look back at it one more time.
Oh, you know what? Looking at what he put in the chat kind of answered my question, and hearing you guys
Yeah.
talk it out kind of answered my question.
So that first part will just give you the whole number part of it, and then the second part is just the modulus, because that's
The modulus,
the
right?
remainder.
And then yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that
brother.
actually worked out perfectly because I put in 4/8 and now it's coming out as 0 and 4/8. So
Nice.
yeah. All right,
Yeah, I
cool.
wonder if you can like code it so that way it automatically reduces the fraction to like 1/2 instead of 4/8 or something. That'd
Probably,
be pretty
but I don't want to think about that right now.
cool. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
I tried so much stuff just for this.
Yeah, it's a brain teaser. That's why I like this
Yeah.
class, because it's all like
Yeah, I know.
puzzles. You just got to put it together in the right way.
It's
and it
cool
works.
figuring it out though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Well, is that all you guys had?
Yeah, I think I'll stop here anyway because that
Yeah,
took a hot minute.
that was good for
Yeah.
me. I'll probably start on lab 2D, and if I have any questions, I'll hop in here, or I'll
Yeah.
unmute.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, let me know if you guys need anything else.
What y'all doing? Looks like everyone's muted.
Just finishing up some of these labs. I got stuck on 2C for a second, trying to cast the integer to a double.
Yep,
Okay.
same here. Now working on lab 2D.
Nice.
Yeah, how's your meeting going?
It's done. There's
Nice.
it's academic senate, like faculty from all the departments, different like math, English, social science, all that.
Mhm.
A bunch of people get together to try to help make sure the school runs efficiently and well. And they're doing elections soon on a new position. And listening to them discuss how to do elections over Zoom, it's not that fucking hard. Come on. They spent
Yeah.
like a fucking hour discussing it. It was mind blowing. I'll say that.
If it's not too much, like what is the position that they're introducing?
It's called faculty. It's not that they're introducing it. It's that the person stepping down is called the faculty enrichment chair
Oh,
or faculty. It's we do more than teaching. We're supposed to do stuff that improves our teaching skills. Like we have
I
to
see.
do 20 hours every year to improve our teaching skills. And some of that's spent doing committee work and stuff like that. But they also do other activities like workshops, have people come in, talk about doing different things. And that seat's open, and I don't know about the other ones. I know they're doing just election for officers also.
I see.
But I was attending because I'm like the only candidate that's up right now for the new or not the new, but the faculty enrichment chair. No one else wants to do it. It's a lot of work.
I see.
Someone's got to do it. So.
That's interesting. And they couldn't figure out how to vote for it, huh?
There was a lot of bickering over it. Like, do we need to do a voice vote? Can we just use Zoom like people put in their things? Can we do a poll? And since it's a public committee, the results have to be shared in public. But you don't have to vote in public. You don't have to go like vote and then you see who voted before you. You just at the end, you have to know who everyone voted for. And so that's like, well, how are we going to do that? The polls would do that. Just typing in chat wouldn't. But Jesus, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring issue with a lot of things. A lot of people kind of overcomplicate everything.
Right.
David, did you have a question? Or Weaver, not Jones.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I
Just
saw you were
finishing
unmuted.
up.
I was like, oh, I thought you were trying to ask something.
Oh no, I have a headset where I can just mute the mic itself when I do that 99% of the time.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. No, but I'm
Yeah,
just
cool.
finishing this up, just trying to make this look a little nicer and clear out all the little notes I kept putting in here.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Which one are you working on? 2D, you said?
No, I have 2C pretty much done, but I'm just making it look nicer.
Oh yeah, good call.
So
That in and out of itself
Dave,
is
just to
pretty
let
good
you
practice.
know, I'm looking at what you typed in chat. And that last thing you got, num2 mod num1.
Yeah, I changed it. I changed it to
Okay, I was gonna say
that
you don't
last one
need
to
the mod
num2.
num1. You just need num2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was screwing me up because numerators that were bigger than a denominator were working fine, but then the other way around, it would all fall apart, and that I just overthought it.
Oh yeah, if the denominator is bigger than a numerator, you're not going to have a mixed number, which is a
Yeah.
good thing to put in there. That's like something that's not addressed. It just does mixed numbers. You need like an if thing. We haven't done conditionals yet because it seems kind of funny to do it. You don't want to put 0 as the whole number when the fraction's just already.
Yeah, because
Right.
if I do like 4/8, it'll come out to just 0 and 4/8.
Right.
Hey,
But we
Jones?
haven't talked about conditionals and doing stuff like that yet, so don't worry about that too much.
Okay.
When do we cover that? That'll be like next month?
Let me look at the calendar.
I was looking and I saw that's it's actually module 4. So
Yeah, it's I thought it was
that'll be this
4.
one.
It's coming up after functions, I think.
Yeah, it's right after functions. Oh yeah, so we'll be there real soon.
Oh yeah, well, you should be starting it, I think, next week.
Beautiful. Oh, I remember that car sales app. I remember doing that one.
Now, a lot of the assignments that are in there are from Redden. I might change some of the later ones, but
yeah.
any chapter that we're currently in is valid.
Yeah, I think that's good. Also, could I ask you a quick question about stats?
Yeah, and then I want to know how the hell you got dark screen on Canvas.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I glanced over and I saw that. And, that I had it at one point, but anytime I tried to navigate it, fucked it up.
Oh, I see.
So I wanted
it's just the browser that I have. Gosh, check this out. So I have a browser called Opera GX, and if I go to any website, like I even have it for COS's website, and you right click just anywhere on the page, you can. Oh, well, it's not doing it. Do you know? He's in there.
God, even the COS website looks way better. Holy shit!
Can I walk in? Yeah, it's open.
And this is the
there
Opera one?
Yeah, Opera GX. And so if you right click it, there's just an option right here to disable the dark page. So yeah, you can just enable it, disable it. I have it enabled like everywhere. Dude, like the COS website looks so nice in dark mode, right? I don't know why they just don't have it by default. Yeah, it's so nice. And then the only part that looks weird is this part. Like you see the colors are a little off because they're all negative. Especially here, you can see it right here.
God, I have to transfer over all my passwords from fucking Chrome now.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, you just come right here, you right click anywhere, and then you can just enable the dark page. So I can just disable it or enable it.
Unless I just use it for Canvas.
Yeah, you could.
I could.
I don't know. I really like it though. I think it looks really nice.
Like when you
and
disable
you can do it for like anything. It's insane. How do I do it over here?
When you disable dark mode, that was actually blinding. Like
flashing out.
I could feel my retinas burn out of my head. Like shit.
Yeah, that's what I told. That's what I was telling some of my friends when I was on Discord with them. I was showing them this because I found it while I was on the call with them. See, Jaime. And yeah, we all started joking about how it looked like a flashbang.
You know, I like one of my buddies. He went to go because we were on Discord. He went to go share his screen. And his Discord popped up, and he has it on light mode. And we were all like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Right?
like that comes Discord comes default dark mode. Why did you go out of your way to switch?
Yeah, he had to work for that. Holy shit!
You went out of your way to change that. What is wrong? I'm pretty sure we
to
harassed
cause
him
pain.
back into using dark mode.
All right, what's your stats question?
Oh, so if you have 6 people and you need to seat them in 2 rows of 3. How many different ways are there to do that where the order matters?
Okay, so let me ponder this over in my head for a second. I'm gonna share screen real quick and draw on it real quick to make sure I'm understanding the question. So let's say we've got person A, B, C, D, E, and F, and we've got 2 rows of 3 seats each.
Right.
And you're wondering how many ways to set it up.
Yeah.
So there's a formula for that. Let me grab it real quick.
This would just be a permutation, right?
Yeah, but there's more to it. I know it's gonna have it involves a 3 factorial and a 3 factorial for each of those, but I think there's also a 6 factorial in it somewhere.
Okay.
Once I have it in my lecture notes. It's not something that pops up often. Let me go look real quick. Course. Files. Nope. I want daily lecture notes. Stats. I suppose we could reason through it without doing
Yeah, we
it,
could.
right?
But that's a lot of work.
So we're choosing the, not really, we're choosing the first three. This row right here, and it doesn't matter, they can go any 6, right?
Right.
So this should be 6, choose 3.
Okay.
And then I think that, and then this ends up being, we're doing
6.
3, choose 3 there, really.
Which would be what, 0 or 1?
It's 1. But are we doing combinations, or are you worried about permutations or combinations?
I think permutations, because the original question was stated that the order did matter.
Okay, so that would just change what letter we use.
Yeah.
Let's see if I, okay, I got the lecture note that has that formula in it. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it ends up being, when you're all said and done, it's the total as a factorial on top. Oh, wait. Is this combinations or permutations we're looking at? This is combinations. It's probably permutations is a little bit different. If it didn't matter the order, it ends up being the total factorial on top over the 2 factorials of individual rows on bottom.
Interesting.
But that's doing combinations. Permutations should be, and that stems from doing this.
Right.
I mean, this comes from this. So how does permutations edit that? Erase. We'll get rid of that. Pin mode. Let's see, I think. I'm brain farting here.
Don't worry, I don't know how to do it either, so.
Patient. So we got 6 factorial over 3 factorial. That's 6p3. And it should be multiplied by the other one. There are 3 different ways to do the there are 3 factorial ways to do the bottom row, which is 3 factorial over 3 minus 3, because p is n factorial over n minus r factorial.
Okay, yeah.
So that's where I'm getting the 6 over 3. 3 minus 3 factorial is just 0 factorial on bottom, which just means it's 3 factorial, which makes sense. We've only got 3 people left. There's 3 chairs. It should just be the regular 3 factorial. Those cancel out.
Wow.
It should just be 6 factorial.
I see.
Which makes sense.
Right. When I originally had done this, I had just done 6p3, and I guess that would only be applicable if we only had one row of 6, then, right?
Well, looking at this like this, let me get rid of it. Like what? Let's exactly look at the one row of 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say 6? I meant one row of 3. Sorry.
Oh, well, I'm recommending we take a look at one row of 6. How does this differ really from that? Like all we've done is move the chairs, But still, we have to assign someone here first. If we go in order, someone
Right.
here next, someone here next. And then that's like doing this. So like it doesn't change whether or not they're organized side by side or if they're in different rows.
I see. Because you end up multiplying, you won't get that 6 factorial. I see. And these are just because like you can multiply them all, right? Because then oh wait, no, I don't think you can.
So that's 6p6, which is 6 factorial over 6 minus 6 factorial. And that's 0 factorial is 1 is just 6 factorial. And that's what we just calculated out by reasoning
Right.
the two rows.
Right. Wow. Wow, that's
And,
crazy.
and another way to reason that out, I don't know why I didn't start with this. The fucking row thing threw me off. And I think that the row thing is just deliberately there to throw you off. If I've got A, B, C, D, E, and F, if I just reason through it, do them one letter at a time, okay, how many spots can I put A? I can put in any of 6 spots.
Right.
So I put it there. Once I pick B, how many spots can I put B in? There's only 5 left. Let's say I put B there, but it's 5.
Mm-hmm.
And C's got 4 options left. We'll put it there. D wanted to sit right next to C. It had 3 spots though.
Right.
E got to choose. E said, I like A. And F, poor F, didn't get to choose. And we still end up with 6 factorial without using a formula.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
even
you're
just
right.
basic reasoning.
Wow. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, when I first did this, I just did the 6p3 and I ended up getting the 120, and the answer should be 720, which is 6 factorial.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. That's really okay. Cool.
So the
thank you.
formula actually is distracting and actually makes it harder to do, which is trippy. If you just
Yeah,
reason
'cause,
out what's got to go on.
I had this problem come up in that comp sci class that I'm taking, and yeah, that's why I originally thought it was like 120. Then I saw the answer was 720, and I was just like, why? That's just weird. So yeah, I figured it was 6 factorial, just a 6 times 5 times 4 times 3, 2, 1. But I wanted to know if there was something else, like another way to reason it out. And yeah, you just showed that, so that's cool.
Plenty of ways.
Yeah, thank you.
One with formula, one without formula. Yeah.
Daniel, David, how you guys doing? Are you all okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I think I'm gonna head out of here. You guys have a good night and a good weekend. See you guys next week.
You
Cool,
too.
you too. Thank you.
Thanks.
I saw you had a good nine or so people in here besides me and you. That was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There's probably like 9 of us in here for like the first, I don't know, like 45 minutes to an hour, and then that's pretty much when everybody took off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had some people from CSCI 2 actually ask me for some help too, so they were in here as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot how fun that class was.
Right?
It's a cool little refresher. I was like, oh shoot, wow, I forgot you can do this.
Huh. Were they in the room or like?
Yeah, there was somebody who's
Must have been
in
in
my
the room.
yeah, they were in my physics class, or because I SI for physics 55 as well, and they were in that class, and so they overheard me talking about CSCI, and they asked if I did CSCI 2, and yeah, so they were just here.
Huh. Yeah, if you like, if you wanted, or if they're going to be on Zoom when you're doing future ones and they want to show up remotely, just grab the code from the room or the session and share it if you want.
Oh, for this one?
I'm like, did they show up on Zoom? Like, because I know when the way it's set up right now, that's or computer science class is the only one I do it in, and I'll show you actually why. It helps me spot which channel or which thing is which. So when I go to, here it is right here. If I go into my recordings, get out of the way. I don't want to host a meeting. Just redo it. There we go, my account. and I go into recordings, my stats class just shows up as David Jones's personal meeting room. And this way, computer science, it's easy to go which one on the 26 was them and which one.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah,
and I tried to do it for both, but I had 3 stats classes, and trying the logistics of sharing, because it changes the password every time for each hosted meeting that I set up in Confer Zoom. When I set this up, each one of these has a different password because it's a different event. And so I'd have to share it every time in 2 other classes. Oh, fuck that. We're just going to my regular Zoom room from 2 to 4. Too much work.
Yeah, man. Zoom, I feel like Zoom should be able to do a lot of things way better than it actually does.
Right.
I don't know. No clue how we settled on Zoom when we went online.
Well, it was free. Or the school,
Yeah, I mean,
well, the community college chose Zoom, or the state board for community colleges chose it. I imagine they pay for it. I don't think it's free for as much as we use it.
Yeah, because that's just like weird. It's very interesting because the fall before we went online, I had applied to NCAS and I actually got in, and so I was like doing their online thing, and they were using Zoom, and then next semester they were online, or we all went online. We all started using Zoom. I thought that was kind of weird. It was almost like foreshadowing in a way.
All right.
I thought that was interesting.
Huh.
Like I had never heard of this thing, and then now it's worldwide. It's known worldwide.
Right. Because it wasn't necessary before the pandemic, and then, it was just made a great way to hook up.
Right.
Microsoft was pushing their own thing for a while, Teams or something like that.
Yeah, Teams.
And we've used Teams before for other things, but it's not like Zoom.
Yeah, I wouldn't really use Teams, honestly. It's just, yeah, I don't really like it. Slack is way better. I mean, I feel like there's way more options than Zoom though. Zoom has stepped up the game a lot. I gotta.
What one besides Teams? Slack? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, Slack. It's basically Discord but professional. Okay. Like it's literally identical to Discord.
The perks for Teams that I noticed was having a collective drive storage area where it was easy to find everyone's file, like if you're sharing files and stuff like that. But
that's what we use for our timesheet stuff for Mesa. We can just upload it right then and there, and then like it's like, oh cool. So then, I mean, it's weird because everybody can see it, but I mean everybody can access it at the same time too. So it's just like, yeah, really nice and easy. So they don't have to email us. Were you gonna say something, David?
Oh no, I was just saying I'm surprised more classes. I guess I understand, but I'm surprised more classes haven't done stuff like classrooms over Discord, because everything can be set up so nicely and easily.
Right.
But I guess like it's that whole rep of being like, this is used for like gamers kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I feel like it works like really well for classrooms.
I've never done video over Discord, or I would have fucking chose Discord. That's just straight. Well, it also makes it pretty easy to do the recordings here. But yeah, can you record on Discord easily? Does it have like record options? I've never done a video chat in Discord.
I don't think so. I know you can do a video stream and you can also share your screen. But I don't think like it has its own like built-in like recording.
Okay. That's one advantage, at least for teaching, that Zoom offers. Like I am recording when I didn't do this on this one, but like when I'm lecturing, and not only do I let Zoom record, but I'm also recording with a program called Camtasia. That way, if Zoom accidentally crashes, I don't need to make a goddamn new lecture just for the people that missed class because I told them they didn't have to show up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people use OBS as well. That's I guess depending on how you set it up, it could be a pretty lightweight thing to run and record pretty nicely. I personally use that in my rig at home.
You know, my Surface Pro has Opera installed. I wonder.
Oh, Opera?
Yeah, I see the O down. Wait. That's not Opera. That's an O for Office. Never mind.
It's a pretty cool browser because on the side you can Here, let me show you real quick. So yeah, on the side right here, you have like all these little tabs. You can customize them to put whatever you want, but like you can put Messenger, Instagram, or Twitter, Discord, or whatever. I'm not signed into any of them just because I know I'll get distracted when I'm doing schoolwork.
Oh, I like that better than having like a second row. I like having that on the side. That's better.
Yeah, and so you can just come over here and like for Messenger, you just click it, and then I'm not signed in or anything like that. And then it'll just pull it up right here in a small tab, and you can adjust it right here too. I thought that was pretty cool. And then if you have Opera installed on multiple devices, you have this thing called MyFlow. So if you find something on one thing, you can just put it in here, and it'll appear on all your devices in here. So this is just what I have for like my internships that I was looking at.
That's how I have Chrome.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And then you have all your other widgets and stuff like that. I don't remember what all these do, but yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
And I use Microsoft. I use the same login, and I have a laptop in the living room, 2 in here, and another Surface Pro. Oh my God. Well, I have a wife, and she was going to use one of these to game with me, but she stopped doing that. But I have the same Microsoft login. And so with OneDrive, I literally just assign desktop real estate savings, like anything I want on all of them. I save it to the desktop so that it uploads it to OneDrive without any effort, and I can access it anywhere.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah. That's
I
actually
like
really
that.
handy.
That's pretty handy.
Do you have to pay for OneDrive?
Not to a certain limit, but like I think I forget what I'm paying a year. It's enough that I can easily afford it.
Oh, right.
I don't know. Let me look.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna head out.
All right.
All right, cool.
All right. You guys have a good
All right,
one.
thanks for sticking
Bye.
around, David.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Also, when do you tutor in the Mesa Center, Adrian? Because like I have like barely seen. I've seen you once, and I asked you that really dumb question, and that was it.
Wait. Okay, I don't remember your question. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was like so right now in Calc 2 we're working on taking
it was the rotation
graphs, and
thing,
we're like
huh?
rotating them, and I was
Yeah.
like, and it was just the radius squared. And I was like, I don't
That's the
understand. And you're like, well, what's the equation? And I was like, well, it's r squared. And I looked over at it, and it wasn't squared. And I was like, never mind. I was like, never mind.
It's a simple thing to overlook.
Yeah,
in
I've started
Mesa, I'm
writing
not
down the
tutoring as much
equations.
this semester. It's just because I'm actually really packed this semester. So I'm mainly free on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. And so if I'm in there and you see me, I'm more than happy to help, regardless if I'm working or not. But I might show up late sometimes just because I carpool with a friend, and sometimes most of the time he oversleeps. So I usually don't get here until like 11, and then once that time hits, I'm usually like busy all day.
Yeah.
So it's
Are you getting
mainly
ready
mornings is when you'll see me.
Getting ready to transfer?
I'm sorry?
Are you getting ready to transfer?
Yeah. I'm getting my summer planned out. Like I'm applying to internships, and I'm filling out my supplemental forms for some of the schools. I'm still applying to some schools too, so it's just like, and then I got my classes and I'm working too, so it's just like everything is just coming at me all at once. It's a lot.
Yeah, because I think do you SI for another class as well?
Yeah, for physics 55.
Yeah. No, that's a lot.
Yeah, but or actually Fridays too. I'm really free on Fridays. I just have one class from 11 to 12, and then I have physics SI from like 4 to 5, and then other than that, I'll be in the Mesa Center. So if you're here on Friday, I'm most likely going to be here too, and I'll be available.
I'll probably come Friday to finish up my homework. But yeah, no, like I finally joined Mesa, and I talked to Daisy.
Nice.
I talked to Daisy, and she was like, all right. She was looking at my next semester. She was like, why are you taking chemistry? And then she like knocked those classes out, and was like,
nice.
you're taking physics. She's like, you're taking physics now. And I was like, all right, cool. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to do civil engineering, right? Or was it mechanical?
Computer science.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I must have you confused with someone else. Okay, yeah. If you're doing computer science, chemistry is not going to be very.
Yeah,
very
that's
useful.
like no. So she was like, you need to be taking physics, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, unless you go into like, I don't know, engineering somehow, like into some like computer engineering where you're actually like manufacturing the components or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but even then,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's gonna get busy these next few semesters.
Yeah, it always does. All right. Well, I actually have to head to class too, so I'll let you guys go.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see you guys. Bye.
All right, cool. See ya.